Hi, my name is Tarun Chaudhary and I'm going to do a quick presentation on CI/CD pipeline development on OmopOnFHIR Java Stack. OmopOnFHIR Java Stack is an existing project available in the GitHub locations, and this project is a FHIR project of Georgia Tech led by Mayank. And as a part of this project, I have developed CI/CD pipeline flows and established a deployment process using hosted runner GitHub Action solutions. Here is a quick summary of the project and what are the key tasks I have achieved. The roles I have played in this project is because I am the only member of this project. So I have played all type of roles like research, analysis, design, development, and documentation. I have performed some significant research of this project because CICD has been there for a long time. However, this is the first time GitHub brought both CICD and the code repository together. All the solution in the market is basically you have a separate tools for as your code repository and your CICD is separate. For example, most of the people use Bitbucket as their code repository in the industry and use Jenkins as their CI/CD process or CI/CD tool. So that actually require two different team, and that brings the agility, that reduces the agility of the team and the deliverables. So I did a lot of research about it and figured it out that the GitHub Actions and the pipeline the GitHub brought, it is really the next thing to bring make the agile team more productive. So because the workflows are now built into the repository, so I would like to quickly take you how it works. So basically, this is the repository, public repository, where private github.com repository where I done the development. So you see this is an existing repository which is Mayank has maintained in the publicly. So I have cloned that repository, and then basically I have created this .github./workflows folder, and also created this automation.md where I captured the whole instructions how the setup can be done, and can be anyone can follow these steps, and everything is very well documented, including the architecture and the installation steps and the deployment steps and how to load the data. But let me go back to the code again. So you see here the workflow is defined through something called YAML file. So I have maintained two YAML file. One is called Postgres for Postgres deployment. I think, sorry, there is some spelling mistake on the YAML file, and there is one pipeline that's for the web component. So now these workflows can be triggered based on the event. So the one I have created here for the Postgres installation and deployment, which will be basically pull the Docker container of the Postgres from the Docker hub and push into a Docker repository and then start the container. So that thing is done through this, but this is manually triggered because this will be a one-time job. It is not going to change. So this job is made as a manually. That's why on workflow dispatch, and this is how we can define any manual trigger jobs. It is not going to be triggered based on any pull request or any check into the code base. So secondly, then the next workflow I have developed is the pipeline, which is basically the key development I have done. So basically, this will basically check out the code, build the Docker container, and then it's basically going to stop the Docker container if there is any existing, then delete it, and then it will also remove the existing network and create a new one. So all these typical steps anyone performed is being automated now. Now, how this once this job triggers, what happens? So basically, in the settings, there is something called actions, and in the actions you have something called runners. So in the runners, you see right now it's offline because I'm not running it. I wanted to show the demo, but I have set up the runner. In this side, you see the console, the CLI is showing. So I'm going to run the runner now here. So this all these things is documented how to install a runner, but I just wanted to run this. So once I run it, it's saying it's connected to. So this follows a pull approach, rather push. Basically, it's talking to the GitHub. GitHub is not talking to this server. So this server has only outgoing access. No one we can restrict all type of ingress rules. We can actually stop all type of incoming requests, and only outgoing requests. So now if I refresh this page, it is showing idle. That means now the runner is ready to take the job. Now let me show you how this works basically. So there are the code base. I am going to make a quick modification to the code and wanted to show you how these things work. So let's say I go to this server and then web and web.inf, and let's say I'm going to the JSP, a simple change, just a textual change. I'm going to go in the header. Let's say I wanted to add some text here. Though this is not the right way of doing, we should do properly creating a branch and do a pull request, but just wanted to show the CICD option, and I just say this is modified for demo and demo text added. I just did this. Okay, now let me push this code. So once I push this code, in the left hand side, you should see the running a job build is coming. So that means that a job has triggered. So we can see from GitHub itself how the job is executing. This yellow icon indicates that a job is executing. So you can see all in the CLI, everything. So while this runs, I wanted to show that this is the existing FHIR. I already deployed once, so it's there. And if I go to this, and you can see the conformance, and so all type of smart on FHIR configuration is done correctly. And if I go here in the smart page. In the smart page, so this is still not yet deployed, it's continuing, so I can show you. So you see this page, I'm going to modify this about section, right? I just added a text called modified for demo. So once this job is complete, it should get added here. So let me let's see the let's see how it is running. It's still running in the backend, so just wait for a few minutes. So while it runs, let me go over the demo. So it's running. So let me explain you the solution architecture. It's very well documented here. How GitHub you can based on the different events, we can basically trigger the jobs, and we can for a single repository we can create multiple jobs and attach to the multiple different events. So here is the previous demo URL has been given, and I'm going to quickly go to the final project status. So I actually everything I maintained through an agile dashboard, and you can click here and get the current status. Everything is complete now, and also a Gantt chart has been table is provided here. Future plans and opportunities, yeah, definitely I see there are a couple of plans improvement can be made. One is the currently we automated the database installation, but the data loading is still manual, and I know there are licensing issues, but I think some of the portion we can automate it. And second thing is that after web application installation, we can create some unit testing, like whatever I did, right? I created basically an app here, and then that app basically I can create a new app here, and we can basically use tools like Selenium. So I did some research on that, and I found that Selenium is a very good tool. You can do automation on the web application, and that can be used post deployment and create a new application and make sure it's working. So I think it's deployed. So let me show you, refresh the screen, and okay, it's done. So you see modified by Tarun, it is there, and we can create new application here. We can just I can create new application, let's say test for demo. I can select patient, I can give a new launch URL, HTTPS. Okay, I think I'm running out of time, so I think you all understood. So I'm going to stop the demo now, and this I'll share this deck also. So thank you so much.